Hello everybody, a little bit unfortunate news here today as it looks like Columbus Blue Jackets winger Patrik Laine MAY will be missing an undisclosed period of time with an elbow injury. How did this happen and how will this impact his team? We're going to talk about that. So how it happened was yesterday in the season opener for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Finnish winger, was able to score the opening goal of the game if I'm not mistaken, and then later on ended up getting hurt and had to leave. Here we are now though wondering what the extent of this injury is, and we still really are in the dark. We're not sure, and I've looked at multiple different places online. Still seems like the answer is undisclosed as to what the extent of the injury is and how long he could miss. What will the impact of this be? Well, this is kind of one of those things where it could be a pretty big impact because you look at Columbus and they have some young guys, some guys that are maybe playing in a top role that maybe shouldn't be, and you know that they were a little bit top heavy in terms of who is going to provide offense for them. Laine being one of those guys. Obviously, he was important. They brought him over from the Pierre-Luc Dubois trade and felt like they were getting a young up-and-coming goal scorer who had a 44-goal season in the 2017-18 season, and people do feel like maybe he is a future 50-goal scorer, or at least a consistent 30-plus goal scorer on a year-to-year basis. Losing that does hurt, especially the fact that you have Johnny Gaudreau who came over in free agency, which was a true surprise here. And you're having a player of Johnny's caliber to be a playmaker, to also be a goal scorer out there on that top line with Laine, which is kind of problematic right now because this team is a little bit unproven, like I said, and could have used that stable top line with Laine being their primary goal scorer. At times this team has struggled to score, and over the history of the franchise there has been some goal scorers, but to Laine's caliber, not as many as people would like. Now they're wondering early on in the year, are they going to miss him for a long period of time? And if they do miss him, even if it's for a short period of time or a long period of time, how will this hurt the team? How will it help the team? I think it would be more along the lines of hurt, because you would want him and Gaudreau to get that early season chemistry going, but now we could see that get slid back farther down the year, farther back in the season, as we don't really know how long he's going to be out. I am hopeful for him and for the team and for the fans that he will be back soon. Tough to say though, again, because we are unsure to the extent of the injury. Until then though, they're going to have to jumble their lines a little bit and try to fight through this as they play in a very tough Central or Metro division, I should say, and would love to get back to the playoffs. They were a team that people feel like would be a little bit, or a big stretch of a dark horse here, but maybe, just maybe, the wagons can get circled around and then they can hold off until Laine is able to get back, and then him and Gaudreau could be that top line that everybody's so excited to dream of and think of what they could do. But what are your thoughts on this? How much will this impact the Blue Jackets if it is a short-term injury, but how much will it impact them if it is a long-term injury? Let me know down below in the comments, and of course, everybody please stay safe, have a great night, and you go with hockey, alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.